The fear of missing out. You've got to listen to this, because this was probably my main reason for getting into a mess with alcohol, to be honest. My mother always says to me, she's still alive, she's 93, but when I was young, I never got in any trouble. I probably got into a bit of bother with drinking, as in myself, getting myself into a bit of a mess drinking in a little bit. Not getting arrested or anything, but just being in a bit of a state. She always used to say, Stephen, you're easily led. Now, to me, the fear of missing out, the FOMO, is very similar to that, because people say, oh, come out, there's this happening, there's that happening, there's the other happening. Really, nothing happened. But we have this illusion that everyone's having a really good time. And this is where FOMO, or the fear of missing out, comes in. It's a bit of a slang term in some areas, but it's an actual thing. For me, it was. Because I would assume if I didn't go out, this is when I was drinking when I was healthy. I'm healthy now, so I don't drink, but when I was just drinking socially, I joined the police and I'd be on earlies. I'd go to bed early, I used to get up really early. Why didn't you just come out for a couple? Remember that? Just come for a couple of pints. There's loads going on. No, I better get to bed. I've got to get to bed early. Come on, I'll get to bed early, and somebody knocks on your door. And come out. We don't have to get up at 5 in the morning. Okay, it's Thursday night, whatever. There's a club or a pub doing this special offer or whatever it was. Oh yeah, well, come on, there'll be women there, there'll be blokes, whatever it was. Right, we'll go. Next day, feeling like, well, you know what I mean, feeling dreadful. Had too much to drink, spent too much money, hungover. That's the fear of missing out. And as you get older, you still have it. If you've got that sort of personality, you're still going to have it. Now, some people say they're addicts from a young age. Some people say it's genetic. I don't know. I'm sure my alcohol problems started from what was I enjoyed a drink to what became a habit and then full-on addiction. I was addicted as a child. I just think I just drank too much and it just built up and I became physically dependent. Or chemically dependent, depends on how you want to look at it. But the fear of missing out and the illusion everyone else is having a good time. So I go to a pub now and I think, God, these people in this lovely warm pub having a great time, they're laughing and joking, they've all got alcohol. But really, are they having a good time? And are they having this wonderful life? Because I was the same years ago. I look, I was smartly dressed and a nice booze, having a good time, what I thought it was. But behind all that was a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort, and I had issues with my domestic circumstances because I was drinking too much. I had to plan my drinking, I had to pay for my drinking, and worst of all, I had the withdrawals and the the hangovers, and then the time recovering drinking. I had no time to myself. I felt trapped by all this alcohol, And I think we look around and think, isn't everyone else doing better? Because the grass isn't always green on the other side, Sometimes a bit of peace and tranquility in your own life's good, and I can walk into a pub now and not have a drink. I'm sober confident. So this illusion, you've got to try and think about it. How did you feel when you were drinking? Was it really that good? Did you really feel wonderful 2 days later? Probably not. Did you meet the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams, whatever it is? Did you make any contacts, networking? Probably not. Because you're in a busy pub, no one really listening to you, everyone's just in a bit of a mess, especially as the night gets on. And you've got to think about that very closely. The illusion's probably the most important part of it, I think. But you've got to try and think about, when you want to bat off this FOMO, try and think about activities that don't involve booze. They're more healthy. Try and join a gym, try and cook some nice food, watch a film, and look after yourself a bit better, and just think, well, I don't need booze anymore. That's the thing, I don't need it. I know I can't drink it, and I don't want to drink it anymore. I know it's harmed my health too much, and if I continue to drink it, then I'll pass away. I don't want that. I've got a reasonable life now. I don't want to feel ill, and the people I know who have drunk still are fading fast, for want of a better phrase, really. But maybe ignore certain triggers a little bit, and ignore people a little bit. Not ignore them, but they'll say, oh, come out, it's really good on Saturday, the match is on, there'll be loads of people there. It's just got to say, well, I don't really feel as if I could fit into that anymore. Not ignore is not really a good term, but try and focus on yourself a little bit more and think, well, I don't really want to go down to a busy boozer and fight to pay £5 for a pint, which has nearly cost me my life. Focus on the positives of life. That's another good thing to do. And forget the illusions of it all being good, because it's not. Everyone's got issues in life, Try the non-alcoholic drinks if you want to go to the pub. That's been a bit of a lifesaver for me. I drink non-alcoholic drinks. Some people say if you have cravings, best not do that. I've never had any cravings. because I really got to the bottom of the bottle when I was told you can't drink anymore, otherwise you'll have a much shorter life. Basically, drinking I'm dead, that was the main thing. That was the message I got. But the non-alcoholic drinks, you can go in a bar, you don't look as if, you don't feel as if you've been an outcast. I know people will look upon you sometimes if you don't drink. Why don't you drink? What's wrong with you? And there's still a lot of peer pressure there. Oh, Steve doesn't drink anymore. Bit of a bloody idiot, or, you know, a bit boring. I'm not boring at all. I was more boring when I was in the alcohol phase, when I was quiet and I was feeling down. I was feeling depressed. My health was suffering. I lost a lot of weight. I wasn't eating properly. Mental health was all over the place. I lost a lot of genuine friends when I was drinking. I couldn't socialise properly. I was pretty isolated, really. I mean, I used to go out sometimes, but now I'm sober. I'm back in the game as far as I'm concerned. You know, so try the non-alcoholic drinks. Maybe ask your doctor first, but there's a couple of good ones out there that you probably heard me mention on the channel. Try them, because I didn't find that fruity drinks or Coke or anything that was any good for me. And just sort of fit into a different, maybe a different category, and just don't, you're not going to sit in the pub all night. Because if I go and have an alcoholic drink, I don't tend to talk nonsense anymore. And you don't get the same buzz, you just have a couple of drinks and you're social, and you crack on with your own life, don't you? That's the main thing. Now, another important aspect is self-care, because look after you, because you can't look after anybody else unless you look after yourself. Start to look at your own life, start to get stronger mentally and physically. There's lots of ways of doing that. There's lots of information on the internet as well about this. Just small little slots of exercise. Do get up a bit more, go out a little bit more, even if you can't walk very far, try and get some fresh air, all this sort of thing. And for me, it was getting my confidence back. I lost all my confidence when I was drinking, and now I've got my confidence back. This FOMO thing doesn't exist for me anymore. I've got no fear of missing out on anything, because I can do anything I want now, within reason, of course. Financially, I'm not a millionaire, but physically and mentally I can do most things. Not as much as I could do when I was younger, obviously, but I can go out, I'm reliable, I can be myself, I'm not hiding anything behind a mask or anything, I'm being totally genuine. And I think that's a massive thing as well, to be able to be at peace with yourself. I'm not wanting to be in the pub, I'm not wanting alcohol, I'm not needing anything else in my life other than what I've got. And maybe building on that and becoming a stronger person. Working on yourself is massive. My partner's well into this, and it's changed your life. Self-care. I never thought about that when I was young. I've always been a people pleaser, and sometimes you've got to turn that around and start to please yourself a little bit and look after yourself, because you can't please all the people all the time, can you? And when you're in a bit of a mess with drink and you're trying to help other people, you're not thinking about yourself. Your health will go down faster than snow off a dike if you're helping all these people. You've got to look after yourself. So, to summarise, forget the illusion. It doesn't exist. It's an illusion. It's in the name, isn't it? It's like a mirage. It's not there. Experience life without booze. That's another big thing. Hobbies, interests, which are more healthy and better for you. Do things which are better for you, really. Triggers, keep away from them. Keep away from people and places that used to make you start drinking again, because believe you me, relapse is really bad. Try the non-alcoholic drinks. And lastly, but not least, self-care. Look after yourself. I've been to the doctors yesterday. I had this cut out here. It was like a skin lesion because there was too much sun. Years ago, I wouldn't have gone to the doctors with that. I'd have ignored it, because you don't look after yourself. All you can do is focus on the next drink. You've got to ignore that, and you've got to get yourself well. And if you've got any issues, then contact me. I'll help you out as much as I can. Please subscribe if you benefit from the channel, and share as much as you can. We're nearly over 10,000 subscribers now. The more people who are aware of this, the more experience we can share, because I'm learning all the time from the people on the channel about life, about alcohol, about being a better person. It's an amazing place too, an amazing community actually. I didn't realise, even though I've been a drinker for 40 odd years, how many people suffer with this. It's very, very common. It's the most horrific drug in the world, to be honest, and it kills far too many people. I'll speak to you all soon.